Hey everyone, it's another realistic battle again, and this time it's the Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolt is one of my favorite planes to play by far, and these are both Fs. As long as you don't see any 109Gs, you should be fine. That one's not close enough for me to know what it is, but I can keep my speed up while I attack this guy, so I can extend out past him. So these other guys can't get me. There's no way in hell he's going to outrun me. He's going to have to turn here in a second. Oh, my accuracy. And I didn't have to keep shooting after I downed him. That was a nice, easy kill. Don't expect those often. So I sort of want to get into this fight over here between this Thunderbolt and that 109. It's not super important, but it's very useful to support your allies and get support from your allies. In the Thunderbolt's biggest problem is getting enemy fighters off its tail. And as long as you have enough altitude, you can always just dive away, but then the enemy gains a huge altitude advantage on you, and you can make most of it back. I believe that's an AI over there. Yep, it's another 110 AI. So I'm gonna try to close in on this guy and just get in range, scare him off, get him to turn. That other Thunderbolt can outrun him indefinitely though, so it's not like I need to get over there. But we're gonna have to kill this 109 to win the game, so I might as well close in and attack him. Dun, 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 dun. So anyway, the Thunderbolt it's an amazing aircraft as long as you have enough altitude to dive away. Its dive acceleration isn't that great, but its dive top speed is wonderful. It can literally dive with some of the slower jets. I mean, the second you pull up into level flight, you're going to lose all that speed due to drag, but all in all, it's still a wonderful aircraft. I'm going to go head on with this guy. I don't have to, so I'm just going to sprinkle some fire at him at extreme range, and then I'm going to pull up and away. Oh, he's in an E. Oh, he's in an E with cannons. I need to pay attention to that 109. This 109's not a threat anymore. I'm going to outrun him so drastically. He's just not relevant. This guy is still somewhat threatening to me, though. Wasn't really expecting to hit him. I'm just letting him know, hey, I'm down here. Oh, I'm going to stall out here. Yep, I made a somewhat bad mistake, but I'm in a good enough position that it doesn't matter. Where'd the other 109 go? Oh, he's down there. I'm going to split S and go after him. That guy. The lightning's on him. I don't need to help the lightning. Oh, that Thunderbolt's going in too. Nowhere near enough lead on my part. Come pull up. Up. Oh, that was bad. Don't even try and turn. There's no way in hell. So high yo-yo. Really, really aggressively high yo-yo. Where'd the other 109 go? The F. I want him to end up on my tail. And be careful when you're doing loops and stuff like this. You lose your... Oh, look at my airspeed. Yeah, you lose your airspeed fast. Especially going uphill. But you go downhill extremely well, so that does sort of make up for it. I don't want that 109 to end up on my tail, and he has a huge amount of speed. Oh, fucking hell. That 109 isn't a threat, gonna go vertical. I'm sorry, Lightning. I'm own troubles right now. And now I don't have my own troubles, so I'm coming for you, Lightning. The Lightning does have the issue of its dive speed being limited, because of the ghetto compression that it's one of the only planes in the game that's affected by, because you know, why the hell not? Just gonna try and get that guy to pull up and off. Oh, there's that Thunderbolt there, so I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna do top cover, let him take a shot, because I already have a kill. And he might too, but I'm not hungry for kills. I'm going after the second guy, the guy who's chasing the lightning. Oh, lightning's down. Just pull up after him. Oh, nose down after this guy. It's kind of important we do mutual support, but it's also important that Just nips wings off like nothing. It's really important not to follow German aircraft into loops, but you can actually lead them through loops and get out okay as long as you have a huge energy advantage over them. Which I don't have a huge energy advantage over this guy. In fact, I'm probably going to stall out. Uh-oh. Oh, it's AI, alright. The reason I said uh-oh is because if there was a 190 or something diving on me from the upper right, I'd be dead right now. But this is one of the last guys. So I don't have to be too worried about people getting up behind me. And one of your big advantages is how much ammo you have. No way in hell I'm going to be able to follow him. I'm going to try and loop on him anyway, though, just because he has his back turned. Oh, nope, he's coming back towards me. That's right, though, head-ons really aren't that big of a deal to you. You can do head-ons really well. Other planes can't as well. Yeah, that's definitely an AI. Extend out straight, no reason to try and waste energy following him. Start my zoom climb, he doesn't have the speed to come after me. And it's very important you end up becoming a good judge of energy, so you can be sure that he doesn't have the energy to come after me, which he doesn't. He's just making himself an easy target by following me. You'll also notice the Thunderbolt can leave its weapon pretty much indefinitely. Or in this case, literally indefinitely. I'm going to wait until he starts to maneuver when that second Thunderbolt dives on him. I don't like sitting over the top of all these guys, but we're going to come in, we're basically going to end up sandwiching him. And is this the last player on their team? He isn't. There's one other player on their team. No idea what he's in. I think he's in a 190 or something. I think I remember seeing the message when he crashed. And he crashed on landing. I might have been able to repair or not. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Going to catch this guy, no problem. Then he's going to go left or right or up. It doesn't matter. Whichever way he goes, I'm going to get a shot. Then I'm going to extend past him. Oh, is he going down? At least not. Alright. That was a very silly move on his part. See what I mean? That 190 has enough of an energy advantage on it. He might. Oh, that was spectacular. That looked really cool. Really glad I have this recorded. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Start shooting really early just so there's ammo all over the place, and took him apart. Oh, and then I hit him. So I got a kill from that. He didn't get a kill from that because I crashed into him. Oh, so that was a silly way to end it, but that was okay. I overcommitted to that, and then I had absolutely no exit plan. It wasn't that I was trying to ram him, but it wasn't until we were right about to hit that I finally thought, hey, maybe I should pull up. But I'm happy with that. I mean, 4 kills, all of them on players. No AI kills for me today. Oh, that was fun. Anyway, the Thunderbolt it's a monster. Is there anything? That was it. We won. There's 2 AI left, and I'm gonna exit out of this game and let all my allies that are still alive deal with the last AI. But there you go. That was a fun one. So the Thunderbolt, the tricks to it are, you have to stay at altitude. I was going to end up dying to that 190 well, maybe not because I had my ally coming to help, but if I ended up in any kind of a maneuvering fight with that 190, he was definitely going to win. I was at too low, and my acceleration isn't good enough to get back up to speed fast enough to get away. And he had enough energy on me that I just couldn't do anything. When they have energy on you, but you're at very high altitude, you can still dive away. But because I was at low altitude, I just couldn't do that, so it was over for me at that point. So just don't get in low altitude engagements in the first place. And that will never end up happening to you. The reason I got into a low altitude engagement was because I already had 2 kills. I saw an opportunity for a 3rd, and I went for it. And I got it, and I ended up getting a 4th kill in the head-on anyway. But if I wouldn't have killed him in that head-on, and if I didn't have any allies left, I lost. I'd given up too much energy. That's the important thing about the Thunderbolt. If the Thunderbolt has the energy advantage, the Thunderbolt will win, assuming the Thunderbolt pilot doesn't bleed off all his energy trying to turn because he's silly. If the Thunderbolt has a big enough of an energy disadvantage and doesn't have enough altitude to dive away, the Thunderbolt's dead. you just are. So it's a very good plane and a very bad plane because of that. It's very bad because you can get cornered so easily, but it's very good because it's not that hard to avoid getting cornered. And as long as you don't get cornered, it's a very good plane. So I highly recommend playing it. I know I didn't explain very well how to fly it, but long story short, huge amount of ammo, so you can afford to take really risky shots because you have plenty of ammo. Just don't use it too much because it will run out. But 3,400, it takes a long time to run out. It's very fast. You can outrun almost anything, and if you can't outrun something, then you're going to die because there's no way in hell you can outturn it. So always default to trying to outrun, and if you can't outrun them in a straight line, then dive. If you're too low to dive, then just do something desperate because you have no strengths left at that point. But if you stay at altitude, you will always have your dive speed to fall back on, and there is nothing that can follow you through a dive in this. It is the best zoom fighter in the game. It can even outzoom Mustangs. Granted, Mustang can out everything else so Mustang still definitely has a place in my heart. So does this plane. Awe-inspiring little monster. Stay at altitude. Whenever you're bored and you're looking for an enemy, climb. Stay at altitude. And when in doubt, dive. And never turn. Never ever turn while there's an enemy around. The only time you should be turning around is to turn around to re-engage someone who isn't following you. If somebody's following you, just outrun them. That is your only hope. But it's a pretty good hope because it's so fast. So, climb. Stay at high altitude. Stay at high altitude. I can't overstate that. If you stay at high altitude, this plane is a monster. If you don't, it's pretty easy to kill. So stay at high altitude. Thunderbolt.